Hey everybody, it's Dan. It's really late at night and I just wrapped up an edit of this video you're about to watch, but I really wanted to shoot a special little intro for this because it's been kind of a fun story. And do forgive the background. I'm in the garage right now. Got my jacket on because the heat's off and it's kind of chilly, but we are insulating as you can see behind me. So I'm taking little videos and pictures of that as we're progressing. So we'll have a behind the scenes video on that, but hopefully we'll actually have it warm in the winter and cool in the summer, which, as Mustache can attest, will be lovely if we could actually do that. But anyways, back to this Shattered special one-shot that we're doing here. This is a RPG that was developed by some local people here in our community in Rochester. I met Josh, who's running the game in this video, at some conventions here, and was super excited to play this. He actually lived right down the road from us at the time when we shot this first one, which was over a year ago. So I want to apologize to Josh, as I have many times, that it's taken so long for us to actually get this up on the show. As you'll get a little taste of in the video, that first shoot at the old house was a little intense and kind of crazy, and it got some interruptions. So we were planning to shoot again, and that, because of life and stuff, didn't happen until a year later, which at this point was now several months ago. So I'm finally getting it up here. It's going to be in 3 parts. So this is the first part that we shot again over a year ago. So apologies on the older quality sound compared to what you guys are probably used to at this point. It was before we had our awesome sponsors, Game Masters Guild, getting us some amazing mics and a much better studio space that I'm sitting in now. But I did the best I could, and it was a great time. And thank you so much, Josh and the team at It's Never Dark Enough, for sharing this game with us and letting us play and showcase it. We are definitely going to have Josh on as a guest in Bomb Squad, and hopefully we'll get to do some more Shatter games with him as well, because Ryan, Austin, and I really enjoyed these characters. So without further ado, let's dive into Shattered, a Grimdark RPG. Hey everybody, welcome to Bond Squad. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices, but this time not exploding dice, because we are playing in a new system, Shattered. And I'm really excited. We've been practicing our voices just before we started rolling. Austin and I were practicing. So I'm excited to see what Ryan's going to use.
It's going to be really unique. You've never heard anything like it before.
Somehow I don't believe you.
Do you want to hear a sample?
Yes.
Hello.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing.
Stop now.
Whew. Anywho, I would like to introduce Josh. You'll see his last name on there, but I don't want to try and...
Wait. Hold on.
Do we go down the line?
You have to try. It's the rule.
Pietrzykowski.
That's actually probably close to how they'd say it in Poland, but I don't...
It is Polish, okay.
Yeah.
We are technically Staszewski, but our grandfather changed it to Stacy.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, he is
I kind of wish my great-grandfather would have shortened mine a little bit. I feel sorry for my wife. She was Sikorsky, and then she traded up for this big, crazy long thing.
I feel out of place. I'm Szeszelasza Pulaski, and I'm... No, I'm not.
That was the end of the joke.
Actually, Polish, yes, but it's Raymond Jack, and so there's no key.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Raymond Jackie?
Yeah. No.
Can I do that?
Sure. Yeah. No.
Okay, right.
Oh no.
You're still a ski to me.
It's adorable.
That's awesome. Anywho, all right. So, what are we doing, Josh?
All right.
What
So,
do we got?
Shattered is a Grimdark tabletop RPG. Post-apocalypse, zombies, biopunk, horror, steampunk, a little bit of everything. Me and the rest of my team at It's Never Dark Enough love a whole slew of genres, so this just kind of...
Awesome.
If you go back and look at our Kickstarter, we started calling it a steampunk RPG, and then after a while we were like, is it really? There's a lot of other stuff going on here, and I mean, there are airships, but... that's about it. That's traditional steampunk stuff. So after a while, we decided Grimdark was better. So
I do like that, yeah.
works for us. Hopefully it works for everybody else too.
We'll find out. I am super excited. Shall we? Is there anything else you want to lay down beforehand? Or
So this has been a long process in the works, but today we're going to be playing through likely a portion of Chapter 1 of our upcoming free campaign.
Oh, okay.
Campaign is called Vanquishing Darkness, and Chapter 1 is called Crash Course. And the idea behind it, this isn't like when you go to your game store and you pick up like a D&D adventure off the shelf.
Yeah.
The idea behind it is Chapter 1 is intended for a new GM that's never done this before. Cool. So it's very like railroady and hand-holding for the GM and the players a little bit to kind of introduce aspects of being a GM to someone who's never done it before. And then Chapter 2 and 3 kind of open up a little bit more, give them more opportunities to improvise, and there's no more dialogue like in Chapter 3. It's all on the GM to come up with that sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah, so that's kind of the intent. We've been playtesting this for a while, so hopefully this goes well.
We should show the book, too.
Yes.
Because it's beautiful. And if you're in the Rochester area, you can pick this up at Millennium Games.
Yep.
So, where else can they get it?
You can get it at Millennium Games. We're on Amazon. We're on Indie Press Revolution if you happen to shop there. You can pick up PDF copies from our website at neverdarkenough.com, as well as hard copies there. And PDF copies on itch.io and DriveThruRPG.
Awesome. And we'll have links in the description, of course, at least for their website, maybe the Amazon link too. So check it out.
It's hard for me to remember all of those off the top of my head.
You know.
That's a good thing.
At first it was like, oh, DriveThruRPG, and then now it's just like, oh, I can't keep track of them all. I have to write them on my hand or something. So with that being said about the campaign, I tend to be pretty lax about stuff as a GM. So, I'll leave you wiggle room if you guys want to just like bicker amongst each other. Go for it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to railroad you as hard as the campaign is written for. So,
right.
If you guys want to go wander off that way, we'll go that way and see what happens. So,
awesome.
Don't feel confined to the fact that I have something written here.
All right.
So the big thing that most people need to acclimate to when playing Shattered is the die system. We call it the multi-die system. Not very imaginative, but it is what it is. But it's kind of like a die pool in the fact that you roll multiple dice, but it's also similar to D&D in the fact that you compare the total results of the dice you roll versus either me or if something's like unopposed, which is like, picking a lock or something like that. If you beat the rating on the lock, then you pass. If you don't, you fail. And same thing, if you beat a person's dodge when you're attacking them, you hit them. If they beat you, then they dodge. So
Okay.
The big difference is that so we have stats and then we have skills. And skills are each tied to a parent stat. So, for example, if you look at your character sheets, you'll be able to see kind of how that's laid out. So if you look at like melee, for example, its parent stat is strength. So you take the combination of your ranks in strength and melee to get your rating, which, and if you have, I don't know what each of you guys have off the top of my head, but if you have, say, a 2 in strength and a 2 in melee, you'll have a rating of 4. And that, if you look on your sheets, you've got a nice little cheat sheet of the die codes there. That's a D10. Cool. And so rating 1 is a D4, 2 is a D6, 3 is a D8, 4 is a D10. And then after you hit 4, you encounter something we call a die wrap, which is where you add a new die and then you start counting that one up. But you keep the D10.
Yeah. Okay.
So there are some other games that do kind of similar things. You were saying Open Legend does that.
Similar idea.
A little bit.
Rather than adding stats, you're rolling dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just generally felt that this gave you more consistent results as you grew. Whereas the D20, you're always at the mercy of that 5% chance to roll a nat 1. So
yes.
You could still do terribly if you're a master at something, but the likelihood of that is a lot less. So statistically anyway, I mean,
right, more dice
if you just have a bad day, you just have a bad day, and there's nothing we can do about it. But one of my numbers guys, and I brag about this all the time because I'm super impressed with what he did. He wrote a Java program to run all of our statistics on things.
Oh wow.
And did like, I don't know, it was like 500 million comparative die rolls for different situations. And just, he didn't, at the time, he hadn't studied statistics, didn't know how any of it worked. So he just brute forced all the numbers and ran his computer for like a week and just came up with the tables for all of that and stuff. So
that's amazing.
That's page 280 through 290. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
The possible die rolls that you could do at any given moment.
Yep.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah, whether it had a +1 or -2, like the stuff he'd come up with, it would be like, "Did you test for this? Oh yeah, I tested for this 6 months ago." Like,
it's still running. We're still testing, actually.
Yeah. So if you have any more questions as we go along about how the multi-die system works, and as things come up, I'll explain them.
Okay.
But the details for that are on page 81 in your books. And then, you guys have any other questions for right now?
We're going to have so many.
Yeah, you will. That's perfectly okay.
Yes.
I'm so nervous. I'm always nervous to play. This is going to be great. I'll turn it over here. All right.
All right. So you find yourselves strewn about the burning remains of 2 airships. The first hull bears the markings of a passenger ship, while the second was that of a merchant vessel. Bodies, or pieces of them, intermingle with the debris, soaking the ground enough to make the sand belch up air through the congealing blood. The sky overhead is oppressive, with clouds gathering close to the treetops, threatening wind and acid rain. Ultraviolet lightning flashes in the distance, casting new shadows over the wreckage. Smoke burns in your lungs as you violently return to consciousness, and pain soaks through to your bones. A few moments later, the ring in your ears gives way to the dull moan of injured survivors. Rouse yourselves, adventurers. You have just survived a mid-air collision. I'll give you guys a moment to introduce yourselves, your characters, get to know each other for a moment. Take however long you want. I'll roll with whatever comes your way, no pun intended.
Okay.
I'll start. All right. I am Terrosh. I am a marshal of love. I gotta show the picture because it's gorgeous. Will it show up on camera? Okay.
I'll have it. I'll have it on the overlays too.
That's probably better. So look at that one. I am gorgeous, obviously, and
this is not like Beck at all.
Fabulous.
No. Yeah. Does Ryan only have one character he plays? Yes, he does. I'm still learning.
But you're good at it.
Thank you.
One and you're good at it.
Thank you very much.
Stick to what you know.
Yes. I am, my race is the Ellipse. So I am probably not a large person.
They more or less around human height, maybe a little less.
A little smaller. It's like me. So relatable. Everything about this. Yeah, I don't know. Should I get into what I would be doing, or should we introduce each other first?
You feel free to go down the line, introduce your characters, and then you can go about whatever you'd be doing. That's fine.
Okay. Jinx. I am playing. Is it Rashe?
I've always said Rashe, but
Rashe?
however you want to say it.
No, I like that, Rashe. I'm playing Rashe, who is a female wretched. which I'm super excited about. But she is smaller for a wretched. She's studied. I gotta get the word right. Still learning. What is it? The
Primal Theurgy.
Primal Theurgy. I want to say something on Primal Theurgy, which
Explodey boom boom magic.
I'm very excited for.
Can you quote you on that? Explodey boo boo man.
Yeah. Yep.
So she's kind of studied that. So she's a little.
If you don't tweet that at me in like 2 weeks, I'm going to be upset.
Totally gonna do that.
Yeah. Maybe that's the title for the episode, Explodey Boom Boom Magic.
That might just happen.
Got it.
So she is a little smaller and frailer than your traditional wretched that are humans at one time that survived the reckoning and eternal fires. So she has these glowing eyes, and I don't know. We'll find out what happens. That's all I got right now.
Cool. My character's name is Lorelei. I'm a female vampire. She was a scribe in her coven, but she left that life as a martial artist to go find kind of a vampire hero of lore, if you will, and so she's kind of on that journey to do so. So she has a lot of background of knowledge, but she is a skilled killer. She is very much a hand-to-hand combatist, and loves to be able to, total
Fisticuffs, yeah.
With claws drawn and teeth bared.
Yep.
So it's any chance to feed and to replenish myself is always taken. So excited to play her in terms of she's definitely a frontline kind of a person. So there's no such thing as ranged attacks.
Yeah. I'll take a quick moment to kind of give an overview of the world, so both for you guys and for the audience. Going through all of that, I was like, wait a second, like some of these words probably don't make any sense to them.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give a little bit of an introduction. So the planet of Fenris was once like super high tech, like think, I don't know, Altered Carbon on Netflix if you watch that. Super high tech, full-on transhumanism, eradicated death and disease and all of that. And in the midst of all that, a cult emerged who called themselves the Alypse, who worshipped a dark god named Ragnarok. And he sought to cross over the boundary between his reality and ours to lay conquest to our universe. And to aid him in that, they committed a ritual, a suicide ritual to try and open a portal and allow him to step through. The ritual failed, reverberated back on the planet, destroyed everything, flipped entire tectonic plates over, boiled the oceans away, replaced them with molten rock. Can't really see the sun anymore except for rare occasions. It's mostly, dark clouds that spew literal acid rain that actually hurt.
So Rochester.
Yeah, Rochester. Yeah, exactly. Where do you think the inspiration came from? And that was about 3,000 years ago. And so now all of the races you see, with a couple of exceptions that you guys aren't playing, are all descendants of original humanity that have been morphed by the environments that they live in. Also the Reckoning, which is what this event was called, brought about magic into the world, so that kind of changed everything too. People don't like the Ellipse because people think they're the cause of this whole thing, which they were, but it is kind of lost to history, so it's more like a legend a little bit, so feel free to play that up as you like. The Wretched generally are all about just utter brutality. They get together in a place once a year and have like a brutal 2-week long fight they send all of their weakest ones into the pits to fight, and the strongest ones that come out of there get to come back, and they get sold to a different clan, and then it goes all over again. So, in your character in particular, the Wretched tend to look down on casting because they see it as weak. So you're kind of going against the grain, as it were. Vampires are fun. We obviously have our own, ideas of what vampires are. Hopefully, you guys don't prefer the sparkly type, but
You stole it.
Oh, man.
but
Austin's
I know
erasing his drawing of the character.
he's drawing sparkles on there.
Okay.
Pulls out the glitter. And,
You're a vampire, not a fae. Don't get me started.
So because the vampires are so well known in pop culture and things like that, we really tried to come up with a way to make them a little bit different. So they are human, or were human. They drink blood to counteract the constant effects of UV light on their bodies that turns their blood into acid.
Okay.
So they drink blood to dilute their own, and that staves off the negative effects. They also are not really optimistic like some of the other races are. They don't have gods so much. They have a whole pantheon of demons, tormentors. That's the only thing that they know, and they fear all these things. Some of them are real, some of them aren't. Some of them are just myth. But you won't encounter them today, but there's one particular demon named Absolox that hunts down vampires specifically and seeps out of their pores and then, rends them limb from limb. So other ones like Maldron is just the demon that's assigned to the effects that take place when they get exposed to the sun. So
So light, airy, cheery things.
yes, yes. So
That would be perfect for Austin.
yeah, there you go. And then we have airships and magic and all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
Once a year, our calendar is based upon the rotation of a giant tide of undead that rove around the continent. So it's referred to as the tide. So if I say that, that's what we're referring to. Sometimes it's used in like curses and things like that.
The tide.
Yeah.
Would Ellipse be kind of like, would we remember that name? Or wait.
The tide?
No. The sorry, I'm forgetting now. The people who did the ritual.
Yeah.
The ellipse, yeah.
That
Oh,
cult,
yeah.
the
I mean,
Ellipse.
he's standing right next to you.
Right,
It's hard
right.
to forget.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's your race. That's straight up
Right.
race.
Well, actually, my question based off of that is:
Yeah.
is it known that? Because it sounded like you insinuated that it was a cult, not a race first, and then a race after.
Yeah, so the cult did become the Ellipse that we know today. We say in the book that Ragnarok kind of morphed their bodies into his own image. So that's they look the way they do and that sort of thing because of that, because of their involvement. They also have a propensity for insanity. Like, I don't think most of them don't make it to like their mid-30s without going absolutely insane.
Sounded like the oldest was like 80 that I saw.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's
they
like,
could live for a long time. They'll just be bonkers as anything. So,
Nice.
Can I ask about like
Absolutely.
faiths and
Yeah.
so I'm a Marshal of Love, which seems to be some kind of cleric order or
Yep.
something, which is it's unique because it sounds like an Ellipse would not typically be doing this.
That's absolutely right. This character is actually based on a playtest character that a playtester came up with, and we were just like, dude, a Marshal of Love is an Ellipse? That makes no sense. Let's do it.
I love it.
So, so our religion faith is a little, I wouldn't say unique because nothing is really unique, not to get too like meta or anything like that, but we have, if I recall, 8 or 10 different deities. We call them aspects. So some of the ones you're familiar with, like fire, water, earth, wind, Earth, Wind, and Fire. They put on wonderful shows. And like Love and Peace, War and Hate, Light and Darkness, things like that.
Okay.
And they're all kind of opposed to one another to maintain a certain degree of balance. And it'll definitely come up in the dialogue. There is one particular person whose name was Teak. He was selected by the aspect of life to be a marshal, and that's how people become them. They may not even identify with the people that follow life or death or any of the others, but one day they'll start, manifesting these abilities, and suddenly they're one of the chosen ones, whether they want to be or not.
I like that.
There are certainly some that don't follow the life of a marshal after they get picked, and some do. But most often, I'd say it's not by choice. Marshal of Life Teak loses his family in a horrific accident, and in his grief goes on a campaign to eradicate death. And in doing so, killed so many followers of the aspect of death that in a final climax of the whole event, facing off with death itself, he is claimed by death and becomes the new avatar of it. So he's often the one that is held responsible for the undead coming back, or rather the dead coming back.
Irony.
Yes. We love those. So in the undead, anyone can become undead. It's like, if you killed a person, I'd roll like a 1d4, and on a 4 they'd become an undead. So
awesome.
a quarter of the time people just die, and then they come back and they try to eat your face.
Okay. So, and we're talking undead, like no memory of who they were when they were alive. They're just a walking corpse.
Yep, pretty much. And so he's who is blamed for all the undead in the world, just for context, because it'll come up.
So there's it's like global warming, but undead, because the more people die, the more undead there is.
Yeah,
so.
And it's common, like on airships and stuff. If a person dies, you just toss them overboard because you don't want them like coming back to life on your ship. Mm-hmm. So
is there a way to kill the undead?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do they also
light them on
sneaky
fire?
Smile made me afraid for a second.
Light them on fire, decapitate them. Okay.
All the usual.
Standard.
Usual things.
So there's progress that can be made.
Oh yeah.
See, there is hope.
Well, so the problem is, of course, that we live on a planet that had trillions and trillions of people on it, and they're all dead. So they're slowly coming out of the woodwork, so to speak.
You have to start somewhere, all right?
If we have trillions of trillions and
one head at a time, all right.
We have at least a trillion.
At least a trillion.
A trillion. That is unbelievable, children. All right.
So if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, feel free to introduce yourselves to each other.
Where do we know where we were headed? Were we on?
So you were all headed to the city of Pulse, which is the greatest military power on the continent, and also it's known as the Great Forge. I won't say all, but the bulk of the manufacturing in the world comes from Pulse.
Okay.
What race runs it? All various.
Yeah, there's speculation on who's actually at the top, but
we were looking through your book, and my biggest question to Dan was quite simply, how are humans still here?
Yeah.
How is there still a human race?
They're a dying breed, that's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
How did they make it to 3,000 years? Anyone? Anyone?
Says the vampire.
Right, says the vampire.
You know what?
I understand this.
We're incredibly good at just denying things. So this whole group is just like, no, not happening. It's not happening, and then so here they are.
Okay, no, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah, we just,
Oh, yeah.
what are you saying? They're the cockroaches of the planet.
They're the cockroaches of the planet.
You just can't kill them.
You just can't kill them.
Question on that though
dead
for
or dead.
vampires. What kind of blood do they require? Is there a specific kind or any race? That
So
doesn't
you're
matter?
like wondering if she'd feed on us?
Well, like if humans are dying out.
Yeah. Well,
Is there
they feed on because
everything?
with 2-ish exceptions.
The drones being one of them.
The drones, kind of. The drones used to be human, and they're just like full transhuman now. Like their brain's the only thing left that's biological. But yeah, them and the Florvana, which are fungus people and don't really have blood, so there's no blood to drink. Everyone else, seeing as they're all descendants from original humanity, you can drink their blood just fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can drink a vampire's blood too, but it's not going to help you. So I'll just say that because
Like drinking
try it.
salt water.
Drinking salt water.
No, it tastes good.
it's like, I've got acid in my veins. Let's put more acid in there and see what happens. So, but I mean, if you wanna, I'm not going to stop you. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Make me die quicker.
So we just survived a crash.
And we're all in the same airship.
that's up to you to decide if you were or weren't.
I think Rashe definitely was.
You're all heading to Pulse. Whether whatever reason you want to be headed there is up to you.
I want to immediately call out and see if anyone has survived. Is there anyone alive? Anyone injured? Is there like a perception roll that I can?
No, I'll.
You'll give it to me.
Yeah.
You're generous.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Remember this.
This is the last time. Yeah. So I just want to like call out, offer assistance, look for wounded.
Okay. Holding on that, do you guys want to do any interaction or anything before I go with what he had to do?
No, I'll hear. I think I'll hear what he sees, and that'll help me set the mood for what she's doing.
Hearing what he sees, you really got messed up in that crash.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I feel like even with Lorelei, just being able to respond but not with words, I'm just gonna do the push whatever's off of me, and just whatever's on me, just throw it off, and then do a slow stand and doing the look around, just making sure like, okay, I need to make sure that I have my bearings.
Taking account of
Taking
everything.
account of,
Yeah.
of who and what, especially if I don't know what
who
caused
do
the
I need to
crash.
kill immediately?
Exactly.
Yep.
Am I wounded? Do I need to replenish?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
The Ellipse are envious of both the Wretched and the vampires.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So it has a lot to do with their kind of hated state in society generally. The vampires aren't exactly liked a whole lot either, but they have a lot more strengths going for them. And
Socially?
socially, the vampires do control a lot of high-level society in certain cities, and they can walk around in places as they are without, drawing any ire from the people around them. And the Wretched are just like, they're the pure embodiment of like physical strength. Which is something that the Ellipse don't have, and given that Ellipse culture is kind of like, you don't take your kids outside until they know how to use their flesh mask and hide. They spend their whole lives hiding from people, generally speaking. So I wouldn't say it's literally all of them, but the general feeling is that they wish they didn't have to live like that.
Okay. I'm gonna play with that.
Cool. Are any of us damaged in any way?
Not superficial stuff.
Okay.
Scrapes, bruises, wind knocked out of you, that sort of thing. So you call out for survivors. A ragged voice replies, not too far away. Oi! Over here. If any of you left alive, follow my voice.
I'll jog over.
Jog. All right. Get on your starters and jog right over.
Tie my shoes. Yeah, I'll follow.
You come across the captain of the passenger vessel, the NV Neske, who lies before you. His wide-brimmed hat sits on his lap, crushed and covered in soot. He's missing his right leg at the knee, and his previously well-trimmed beard is singed and caked with blood. He lies almost lifeless, his pale, graying skin complementing his distant...
That's real thunder.
Nice.
Good
That probably came through the mics, right?
Yeah.
We timed that.
For a second, I was like, wait, do you have sound effects going? I don't know about it. He lies almost lifeless. His pale, graying skin complements his distant blue eyes. You can tell he doesn't have long to live. Oh, good, you heard me. Thank Glent.
Can I, like, rip off a piece of my clothing or something and make, like, a tourniquet
Sure.
on his leg?
Yeah.
I think Rashe will not say anything, but assist you. Just kind of eyeing you.
This one does good things for people. Yeah, I'll remember that.
Question.
Yeah.
So if I feed,
Yeah.
No.
they die. Would they turn to undead if I feed on them?
I would probably, right now, in this moment, I would probably say no, just because I've got other stuff coming and I don't want to bog you guys down yet.
Okay.
But in theory,
really deep
in theory, sure.
That sucks. Literally.
But I mean, if he dies, then yeah. But I mean, you can take just a sip if you want. Like, a fine beer.
Where's that leg? Where's that leg?
Yeah,
I'm just standing behind him.
What year were you born? Excellent.
That's it. Vintage year.
Yes.
Am I... What kind of... without a flesh mask, what kind of facial expressions or any kind of expression is possible for an ellipse?
Exactly what you see.
So not much?
No.
Okay.
Use your vocal inflection as best you can.
Okay.
You're not really going to look all that concerned with the single orb in the middle of your face.
Yeah. Sorry, what's your name?
You don't know.
Well, I'm
maybe
meta
he's
speaking.
asking in charger. Sorry, who
I'm
who are
actually
you?
not. I'm not. I'm not
This is
asking
why we need
character.
character voices.
Well, I don't have a mouth, so it's like I probably don't even have a voice. How do they speak actually?
They do have a mouth. It's underneath the. You can't see it, but it's like
underneath the
where their I guess
plate.
their chin is. I guess kind of.
So do your best Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get like a mask or something. It's like the whole campaign is just gonna be everyone going, huh?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe we have this moment where we're both working and we just meet eye and eyes.
I want to smile, but I can't smile.
You
I'm not
can
gonna.
smi- well,
I'm not
you
gonna
can-
say anything.
Well, I mean,
but
you could be able to. You just like turn your head up like this.
it's just like this horrifying set of teeth. Underneath. Not that, but
Okay.
just gonna like I don't know, pleasantly look at you. I don't know.
You can do like the traditional like dude like nod,
nod,
like
yeah.
Softly, like a.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
like
that.
a bow, yeah.
And I'm gonna be still trying to like squeeze that tourniquet as much as
Yeah,
possible.
maybe I'm
Okay.
squeezing the actual flesh.
Does it seem to be?
Okay, we're gonna take a break.
So about that acid rain.
And the baby starts crying right when you say that. Hello, we're back. We had a flood in the basement where there are renters. It's not just like nobody's down there. There's people living down there. And multiple things happened all at once.
And it was pouring rain.
It was pouring rain. That was real thunder. So this is actual play. And here we are.
The
Yeah, I
difference
know,
in-
you can't tell with my black shirt, but we're wet. Josh he stepped out into the rain and nothing touched him.
Yeah.
It was like...
There was like a pocket of sun following him.
It's like, oh, we like that guy. Okay.
So, we, as players, are very ready to be now in a crash in acid rain.
Yep.
So, adrenaline still pumping?
We'll say so, yeah.
Take us into the story. So.
All right, pause.
Anywho.
So the captain's on the ground, telling us to
Okay.
come out.
On the ground, you were doing the
Yes.
target thing.
We had that moment. I think I
Yes.
say,
It was a beautiful moment, guys.
Yeah,
it
it
really
was.
was.
Vampire, could you show some modicum of self-control and not be eating at this moment?
I do not need to eat as of yet, thank you.
Every keep tossing the... What did you have, the leg?
Yeah.
Vampires. Captain, what happened?
Hell's March, are you it? No matter. You lot'll have to do. Can't tell you what happened, it all happened so quick. But you need to find my first mate. I haven't long for this world, and it ain't proper for me to delve the lost abyss without passing on my dynasty to the lad. He should be an easy find. He's the only one on board with unblinking eyes.
What's his name?
You know, I think we only refer to him as first mate, so his name is First.
Right. His first name and first.
He's very committed to his
Yes.
position.
Yes, absolutely. Legally changed it and everything as soon as he got promoted. You know, he did it. It was son of a gun first, and then now it's, you know, and then it was lieutenant, and now it's first mate. So, so Unblinking Eyes is a feature of worshiper of the aspect of light. You'll see their eyes glow slightly. So something that you would definitely pick out as you're sorting through the wreckage and survivors or not survivors. You don't have to worry about any undead rising and gnawing at your ankles for the moment.
Okay.
So feel free to, if you wish, you certainly don't have to look for the first mate if you don't want to. But if you wish, feel free to make a search check.
Are we near anything, or are we just like in the middle of nowhere?
It's literally like you have like a forest and like trees over there. Otherwise, it's dirt and all the wreckage of the crash, and that's about it.
It's not like I could pick him up and carry him a few miles to a hospital or something.
Your nearest city is Pulse, and that's, I think we did the calculations on that for this. I don't know if I wrote it down, but you're like a few hours flight from the city, so it's. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but
That's good, GM. But it's like it's clear that he's not going to make it, and
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very likely. I mean, you did slow things down, but if he doesn't get assistance, he's probably gonna bite it.
okay.
And by that I mean bite you.
On a board. I will stay with him.
Very well.
Make sure you ask him questions. We need to know what happened.
I will do what's necessary.
I'm sure.
You're so good at that.
I suppose a last wish is all right. I shall look for the first mate. First mate.
First mate.
We're definitely calling him that.
First mate.
First mate, mate?
Yeah.
No, wait.
It's first mate, the first mate.
First mate first.
So, do we just look around? Do you want us to roll for it?
Search
Oh,
check.
search, right.
Yep.
Okay, search. I have a 2, which means I'm rolling D6, right?
Yes. So even if you don't have ranks in search itself, you can kind of brute force it with the stat.
That's basically
So-
what I'm doing then.
6.
Dang. 4. You cheated. You smelled for him.
I smell.
Tasted for him.
Yeah, just like, oh, pleb, let's, yeah, over there.
Gotcha.
I find you both fascinating and repulsive.
Do not talk to me.
Fine, I'm used to being on my own.
Good job. Well, you go off and look in the completely wrong direction.
All right.
You got it, though. Your little trick found him, so nice job.
How do I find him?
Good trick. So, you find the first mate buried under rubble, knocked unconscious by a stave of a destroyed barrel. You gently wake him. He's a small man with mousy brown hair and matching eyes that are beset with panic. His left cheek bears a scar that travels from a sideburn to his lips, but aside from that, he appears to be relatively uninjured. Before giving you a chance to speak, he gets to his feet and makes for the captain, and as far as that looks to you, he's just like panicking, running all over the place, like flipping stuff over looking for him, because he obviously doesn't know where the captain is right now.
I want to chase him down and try to subdue him.
Oh, okay.
Because for fear of hurting the captain or himself or somebody else, just being able to, especially considering we were initial survivors, I have hidden loyalty in terms of, like, I don't show that I care about things, but at the same time, I want to protect the people who are going to help me.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
Self-preservation to
Right.
help.
So if he's going ballistic, I want to be able to at least subdue him in some way.
Calm down, man. Get it together.
Batman meme.
Yeah. All right. Well, I won't make you roll for that or anything. So
Okay.
you go ahead and subdue him, and he's
From the
hyperventilating.
back and just being able to hold him,
It's
being able
okay.
to talk in his ear.
I needed a hug. Thank you.
This is not a hug. You're lucky I don't kill you now.
Noted. Thank you anyway. Where's the captain?
He is over there with, what's your race?
Ellipse.
Ellipse. He is with the Ellipse.
Oh, good God, we don't want that. Okay.
The Ellipse is harmless. He couldn't hurt anyone if he tried.
Tell that to his ancestors.
3,000 years ago?
Doesn't make a difference to me.
Very well. I will take you to him. Try to be calm.
Okay.
Can we cut to me while he's doing that?
Yeah.
Can I do like a charisma roll on him to like give the captain peace as he's kind of...
Yeah, I mean, with what he did, I like your idea, so just no need for a roll.
Okay.
Just, we'll RP it out.
Okay. Cool.
I like RP anyway. I'm more about that than rolling dice if
Okay.
the opportunity presents itself. So.
And he looks older.
Yeah, he's an older guy. Salt and pepper, gray hair.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, anyway.
Ruggishly good-looking leg.
Yeah, yes.
With a little love mark on there.
Rotisserie leg.
I just want to kind of like put my hand wherever there's not a wound or anything that would hurt.
Oh, sorry.
Right here.
And I just want to, say, I have great joy that I see that you are full of days. And I pray that they have been beautiful and wonderful.
Wait, did you say that he's full of days?
Full of days.
Because I'm going to call BS on them. Are you blind? I'm not full of days. I might have minutes.
Previous days. You've had the days. They're gone now.
That I did.
Nice recovery.
Thank you.
That I did. Have you found him?
We'll find him. Don't worry. What should we tell him?
I can't. It's just between us. It's a secret.
I understand. Is there anyone else we should contact?
My next of kin? No, he doesn't have any next of kin.
Then
I didn't fill out that paperwork.
There's no emergency contact info. The office, just right.
First mate.
The hospital. No more office references. All right. I'll take
it's just me.
I'll take his hand and say, well, you have me for now.
Looks at you, looks you up and down.
Can I show back up?
I am dead.
This is already hell.
Yes.
I want to, like, after...
And a lip showing compassion.
This isn't real. I
just want the first mate to come in the scene where the ellipse is just petting his hand.
Like, rubbing...
I told you.
They have an ability to bite people and transfer their insanity, or their paranoia, as we call it, to people. So that's probably a common known thing. He's probably going to have a moment where, like, what are you doing?
Not going to do that. So that if I know that, I'm going to, like, be clear that I'm not...
Yeah.
I am not...
My mouth is over here.
Yes. And I want to ask him, do you know what happened? How did this happen?
No, we went into look like smoke. Dark cloud. I mean, they're everywhere. Nothing new. Went through and there it was.
The other ship.
Yeah.
Can I, like, look up and do a perception check, or is there anything unusual in the sky?
I mean, storm clouds, ultraviolet lightning, which is obviously, as you know, is not a real thing, but is basically like pure ultraviolet light that comes down in like purple bolts and like zaps people like that.
I particularly would not like.
No, you crispy fried vampire right there. So wind's picking up. It's been raining, as we've all experienced, and the lightning's all over the place. So it would be. You have no knowledge of what it takes to fly an airship, but looking up, it would be crazy to fly through this.
So I'll accept it as a natural disaster.
Something.
All right. So how's this? Is this like okay? Like nothing else I can do?
I mean, you could cauterize it if you want, but I mean that's.
If I know there's not really any hope of him making it, I'm not going to put him through that.
Don't worry yourself, lad. I'm not long for this world anyway.
Well, I'll be here if you need anything.
Can I show up at that moment?
Yeah.
Back up. And do make sure that he does not stand back up after he passes.
There is no need to talk of that.
No need. It is a necessity.
I'm gonna like put my body between him and the man, or what's your name? Rashe. And the man.
I
And the
don't
captain.
need to do anything now. It is only a precaution. I want to make sure at least that we are on the same page, Ellipse.
I know what the risks are. Be at peace.
Do you?
Here is your first mate.
How am I not surprised that you were able to smell him?
Can I sit him up a little bit?
Yeah, prop him up a little
gift.
bit. He grunts with pain and the effort of it, but you prop him up a little bit. First mate immediately goes to him, like, gives you a look for a second, like, what were you doing? And then,
Mouth away.
Yeah. So I wasn't kissing him, I promise.
That's not what it looks like.
He said I had lovely eyes. I don't know. So you notice a slim rectangular box is passed from the captain to the first mate, who pockets it right away, as slyly as he can.
Oh, I'm definitely eyeballing that.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah.
Ooh, loot.
Yep. I'm practical.
He turns to you and says, in Sandstepper's terms, we're screwed. But I didn't say screwed. doubly so if we fail to get airborne again before the storm arrives. Well, it already came, I guess, so it's already here, but we're in a lot of trouble.
That is understatement.
Yeah, yes. You're not wrong. You can find some welding torches if you find the back end of the Nesque. And if you spot the remains of our shuttle, see if you can find the micro well. I'm going to stay up here and see if I can get the arc drive back up. So, terminology, definitions, welding torches, you guys know what those are, so we're good there.
Those aren't real.
Yeah, we made them up. Anyone else comes up with it, we made it first, all right? So, our ships use something called an arcanic drive, and it's essentially a melding of magic and mechanics to create essentially a functional work of art that actually has a real mechanical function while it's moving, and it counteracts gravity and allows ships to fly. And there are other devices similar in fashion that can borrow that anti-gravity property for smaller vessels. So the micro well is that borrowing device, and then the arc drive is the thing that runs the whole ship.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, cool.
So they're trying to do like definitely a sort of like a Flight of the Phoenix. We're gonna ramshackle something together and try and get out of here.
I suppose we have no other choice.
I mean, or you could just start walking. You can do that too.
I do not walk.
Chances that
I do not walk.
actually fly.
People carry me places.
Very well.
Is the first mate gonna stay with the captain?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask the captain if would you like me to stay with you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'll pat his hand one more time.
Am
Call
I
if you need me.
surrounded by two hungry individuals that can think nothing of their stomachs?
My stomach is satiated, thank you. What are the chances that this will actually fly to begin with?
Are you asking somebody that, or are you
I'm
asking each
asking
other
I'm
that?
looking at the
Everyone.
captain.
No.
Do I look like I fly airships?
You, first mate, answer the question.
It'll work. It'll work. It has to work. Otherwise, we're dead. What else is there?
Then we search.
Well, the vampire will probably die first. Very well, let us go.
So what? And he said it was in the aft.
Yeah, if you find the back end of the ship. So I'm just gonna have you roll a search check
Okay.
again. And
I flick my black hair out of my eyes and just turn with a little strut.
A little hip wiggle.
Yeah.
Little hip wiggle. Gonna roll my eyes.
at a time like this,
5.
There is never a bad time to look beautiful.
Beauty is fleeting.
So are you if you keep talking. Let's go.
That was going to be my line.
I did it first.
dude, I want to play like any tabletop game with you guys. I'm in. This is too much fun.
We don't get very far. We
never do.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's very rabbit trail.
It is.
Dan will make like this huge GM encounter and then we spend like 4 hours on some conversation and it makes
That's how it goes, man. It's
Yep.
okay.
I rolled a 5 in search.
We're doing search again. Okay.
okay.
Yep.
I'm looking for it. Perception.
Searching for search.
1.
I'll roll for it.
You did it.
Dang it.
I wanted to explode it. We don't do that here.
I feel like I'm too busy looking at my nails or something.
6.
If you look like you're doing something and then you let everyone else do it, it gets done and you do nothing.
I have to explode it. I know it doesn't count. It's another
That feel
6.
good. You're wasting them. This isn't an exploding system.
Keep that die, man. Don't let anyone else touch it. You want to keep that mojo
Yeah.
right there in the plastic where it belongs.
What I like to do is roll until I get a bunch of bad rolls in a row, and then I stop, because then likely the next rolls will be better. I know it doesn't work that way,
It's solid
but it works
science.
that way in my heart.
Hey, it's okay. The only dice I buy, they roll max 3 times in a row. So.
That's awesome.
And then they never work
We
out
gotta
like
open
that
these up.
afterwards. So
Oh my gosh.
it's like, and then I roll ones, and it's like, I bought you for a reason, man.
You betrayed me.
I'm gonna get rid of you now.
All
All right, so we'll say you go wandering off looking for this micro well thing, whatever it is. You find the husk of the shuttle and find the mechanical doohickey and pull it out, and you have a pretty good idea of what this looks like. Being around and knowing what arcanic drives and things like that at least look like. Transform the world, so everybody knows what this is. It's like the combustion engine. So,
Okay.
You find the torches, good job. And you're like, oh, Penny. And then you go down and you look, and a hand reaches up out of the gravel and grabs you by the arm and starts pulling you down. And then it's not just a hand, it's shoulders and a head, and it's trying to eat you.
This is my life.
See what
Pull out
happens?
my gun.
Do it. Did anybody see it, or is she off on her own?
Let's see. You're kind of. I'm not going to make you do combat right now.
Okay.
Against one undead, it's not really worth doing. So,
Just kick it. Get off.
You have.
Hack!
I think you put too much stake in my ability to roll well.
Ability.
It's a skill.
It's a science.
Yeah, I definitely like take out my gun and
You
shoot
just
it. in the head
probably
or
just.
something. And look around, make sure no one saw.
It echoes out. You guys turn and like look around, like, uh-oh.
This is why we make sure they are dead twice.
Are we all together now?
Yeah, you guys like. What
Okay.
was that? What was that? Oh, no, nothing. Just killed this survivor that survived again.
May he be at peace.
Can we please leave?
First, I found
You are
this.
antsy to get out of here.
We've been here far too long.
I'm gonna
I have
put
to agree
the
with the vampire.
the micro well in front of first. Mate, comma first.
Make up first.
So you return with all of your gear and nothing. Good job.
They found everything.
One
Shit
one
flies.
less bullet.
You're so pretty. You know that?
I do.
You return to find a number of other survivors and a mountain of a woman issuing orders. She's deftly commanding the distraught group, coordinating care for the wounded while trying to unearth a portion of the wreckage. As I said, she is monstrous for a human.
Vampire.
And her and her muscles would put even the most well-toned men to shame.
Vampire. Let her do her thing before you eat her.
Do not touch me.
There we go. I take my glove out. Tuck it in my back pocket.
Blessed Unblinking, you found the torches and the well.
Duh.
Okay. All right. Now we can get to work. Name's Hadri, chief engineer of one of these wrecks. We've got a plan to get us out of here, and I aim to see it done. Lend a hand, and we might just make it out of here alive.
Tell me what you need from me.
Sorry, I gotta read my own stuff. She gives you directions like put the arc drive over here, and then no, not over there, and then here, you give me those welding torches, and then you, what do you have?
Do you see me?
You're
She's very
useless.
pretty.
All right. She starts getting to work. She grabs the torches, starts welding things that you don't fully understand what they are, but you assume she knows, so you're just going to let her do it, like we all do with the mechanics that work on our cars.
Correct.
They're all wizards.
Yes.
You know, we don't know how they do their thing, but they do. Suddenly, another survivor who was out in the distance comes running in, Sir, the dead. Taex turning them. Hadri replies, damn usurper and his tricks. You get over there and put them down before we're overrun.
I will go to make peace.
Make peace with the undead.
Peace for us.
Okay. So, but that's awfully diplomatic of you, man. I mean, in a world where the living and the unliving can coexist
Last
in harmony.
resort, right?
How many did you see?
They were everywhere. It felt like they were coming from everywhere.
And that does not bode well for us in any state.
And they felt I was useless. Very well, I do not like to take orders, but I agree with the situation.
Okay.
Shall we kill?
Fine.
So you follow him around to the base of one of the airships where like the bottom of the hull is exposed. And you see the first mate is there next to the hull trying to collect tidbits of scrap metal and things, probably for the efforts of restoring the airship or whatever it's going to be after this. And he is unfortunately standing by the hole that erupts as the undead claw their way through from the inside. They envelop him in like a single homogeneous mass. Teeth puncture and rip at his arms and neck, and he scrambles and writhes against them, struggling to retrieve the box the captain had passed to him. He throws it at you, ordering you to take it. And a shambler, undead, vying for its own taste, pulls the first mate's head back and gnaws at his throat. Gurgles, screams escape as the first mate for a moment until his head is torn away from its bone stock and he is pulled into the hull.
Can I grab the box?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Because even if you guys were standing in front, I feel like that would be something I would like get right in front and catch it.
He obviously wanted us to have it, so I'm going to take it.
Can I open it?
Yeah, sure. We can try.
I can try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good sound effect.
What's inside?
Yeah. You try to open it and you can't seem to open it, but as you start to pry it apart, you get zapped with electricity and take three damage.
All right.
Are you all right?
We have a more critical situation to deal with than playing with toys. I'm gonna step forward with my gun out,
We'll deal
ready
with
to
this
fight the
later.
tide that's coming.
All right.
I would like to leave.
So everybody roll me initiative. There should be a box on the character sheets I filled out for you there for initiative.
5.
2. I have progressed.
1.
Haha!
It's the same die.
told you.
I used it up.
told
I used
you.
up the good rolls. For nothing.
It felt good at the time, but
It did.
now you've learned your lesson.
It did.
Right. Where did I leave that? There we are.
Ryan, do you have the ability to heal?
I'm actually trying to figure out what I can do.
Because, I mean, like, I'm a go big or go home type of a person. I'm going to be in the middle of this stuff.
One of you has medicine.
I have field medicine assembly mod.
That's
I have medicine.
that helps you with your own problems. It doesn't help
Okay.
anybody else.
I have a little medicine. I got a 4.
Yeah, if you've got and you can still use your intelligence to try and brute force a medicine check.
The undead would
Okay.
not be affected by me being a vampire, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Affected how?
Well, because if people know that I'm a vampire, they become afraid.
Oh yeah, the undead don't care.
Right.
They're yeah.
Because then it causes fear, and then obviously there's
Yeah.
consequences from that. So, okay.
I see some more dice I'm gonna get rid of.
A little trash bucket next to you.
Get rid of those.
You're dead to me.
Honey, can you run to the store and buy me more dice?
This is the 4th time this week.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
you guys actually tied initiative, so we do one side goes, then the other.
Okay.
And then you have 5 actions to apply to whatever you want to do, and you can find all of the potential actions listed in the combat section starting on page 82. The basic ones, moving is 1 action, attacking is 2 actions, and then you can mix and match things as you want to. Okay. You can say, okay, I'm going to move here and then wait for them to go, and then take the rest of your actions after they do. You guys can coordinate, strategize, however you want to do it, and then they'll go.
Ooh, okay.
So they're...
So we're skipping surprise attack, and then...
Yeah, well, they're not stealthy at all, so they're not going to be getting a surprise attack in. And they know you're there, so yeah, we're going to skip that phase.
Okay.
Alright, initiative. Ah.
Oh, man.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to this.
Yeah, it's all good.
What is the check, the hand-to-hand check?
So that is...
If they're like around me?
Ooh.
What context are you asking?
So like in hand-to-hand combat,
Yeah.
Grappling is one of my
Yep. So
my
if
things.
they're adjacent to you, then you can
Grapple
try and
with them.
yep.
Okay.
I love that you gave me permission.
I know.
Empty the tank.
I feel like, just one question on my Primal Theurgy abilities.
Yep.
What can I
So
do with that?
casting is 2 actions.
Okay.
Just like normal attacks. Your info on what you can do, and I don't think it's much right now because you're a low-level caster, is on page 118.
118, okay.
I
I think she's gonna do just
you have only one
attack.
rank, I think, or maybe 2.
Under Arcana.
Arcana, what's it say for Primal Theurgy on your sheet? Should be on the right-hand side.
Right-hand side.
Towards the top.
Gotcha, yes, rank 1.
Rank 1, okay. So, safely, you can use something called Arcane Force, which basically just gives you a D6
Okay.
added.
So basically, I'm doing a spell, and these things modify.
Yeah, so you kind of like, you can, if you have enough points to spend, and they don't expend, like you don't run out of them, you get 1 SP per rank in the school. So you have 1 that you can use, and you can build spells up to that number.
Okay.
And that's kind of like your cap. You can go over that and do something that's called overcasting, but you risk taking on fatigue and the effects of that if you fail. So, but if you keep it under that, you're safe. Even if you fail, you're not going to suffer any ill effects or anything like that.
Okay.
So in your case, you can safely like walk up to somebody and like, basically, I don't know, did you see Spider-Man at End of the Spider-Verse?
No, I haven't seen it
Oh, you
yet.
should watch it.
Yeah.
You can basically do the Sheldon touch and be like, hey, and then zap. Or, knock him back or something for a D6.
Okay. I think I know what my character will do. I'll tell you what
And you
I
also have your
do.
gun.
Yes, I also.
Yep.
Now, I can only choose to gun attack or spell attack? Or can I spend points to do
Because
both?
you have 5 actions, you can mix and match however you want to.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
So I think where she is right now.
So you guys...
How far away are we from that?
I'll say you're about... probably running up to try and help the first mate before he got dragged back in.
Sure.
And so you're, I don't know, like, say 3 yards away.
Okay.
Okay, about 10 feet.
And does my spell need to be a touch attack? Or can it be ranged?
Your base range, I believe...
spells can be cast.
It might say there. I think there's a
Intelligence
range.
times range multiplier plus 5 yards.
Yep. So it'll be your at base the range multiplier is 1, so it'll be your int plus 5.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Okay, so 8 yards.
Yep.
Okay, so I could potentially hit a front guy with a spell.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So is magic in Shattered? Is magic something where anybody can do it if they have the stat for it? If they have the
If they've got the talent, if you have to have the Arcana skill.
Okay, so it does have to be the skill.
Yep.
Like you can't just if you have stat in.
You can't. So you need to have the skill, but the skill alone doesn't actually let you do magic. You need to take the talent for it as well.
Okay.
The talents are like feats in 3.5. So if you don't have the talent for casting, then great, you've got knowledge of Arcana or something like that, but you can't actually use it.
Got it.
I think just where Rashe is emotionally with all of this nonsense, she's just blasting a spell and firing a shot. Trying to hit one and then another. Because I assume, I pictured them pouring out.
Yeah,
and
they
now
all
they're just
come piling out and they get
coming
up
at us.
roughly in the same place.
She's wasting time with boxes. So
That's
yeah,
what it is, man. I mean, hey.
that's
all
what
right.
I'm doing.
So
do you want to know what we're all doing, or?
Yeah, well, you guys, if you just want to go like one at a time, that's fine. We kind of left it open for players to coordinate with each other. So
I feel like in this moment we're not a unit yet, so that's what she's going to do.
she's just going to do that. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right, so go ahead and which one are you doing first? I guess
Spell, then shot.
Okay. So you'd make a Arcana check.
Okay.
So whatever the rating is next to Arcana is the.
And that's my rating 5.
Yep.
So I get 1d10 plus 1d4.
Yep.
Does he have the ability to heal me?
I don't think I do.
No, just yourself. You do.
do a medicine check.
You will likely have access to some miracles, which might be able to heal him. I don't remember what ranks they're at.
Okay.
But you should definitely have something.
So I see I have. What's the difference between Arcana and Psy?
So, our delineation is literally you're using your brain to move things or create illusions. And most of it falls between that delineation. Casters can't move objects, but psychics can.
Okay. So if I see that on my sheet, but I don't see any ranks, do I have those?
If it's empty, then it's just there. That's just the default sheet that everybody gets.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think I have anything then, as far as magic and psychic.
No, you've just got your
Whip of love.
your conviction powers, which are tied to being a marshal, and those are not as offensive powers. They're more like utility kind of things.
Social.
Though there are a few things in the miracle section that you can use offensively, and that is on page 128 and
To 130?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, I want to look at these. Okay. It's 128.
So yeah, that's things like party buffs and that sort of thing too. So.
Which is definitely something I'm interested in.
I did not roll well.
No? Okay.
Didn't do good. Spell.
Too good.
Well, I mean, you only had to beat, I think, a 2, so I mean,
All right.
you won. So,
So how do I roll damage or?
So we kind of double this one up for casting. So if you beat twice the SP on the spell, it succeeds, and then that same number goes to the target, and the target can dodge or block if they want to.
Gotcha.
So, but they're not very good. So,
And I was gonna do my arcane force if I can too.
That's the one you're casting at them for.
Yeah.
Yep.
The level 1.
Well, I mean, good for you. I rolled a 3, so you were successful.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. 4.
All right.
and then I'll take the shot right
Okay.
after that.
Same guy, or you
If
just...
he doesn't go down, yeah.
Yep.
Let's hit him. And then, okay, shooting is my ballistic.
Yep.
Now I have a bonus 1 in there. How
Yep.
does
So
that
that's
apply?
the D6, whatever the dice plus 1.
Plus 1.
Yep.
Okay. So I have a 5. I'm rolling 1d10 plus 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
To the total. Okay. 1d10, 1d4. Much better. So 12 total.
All right. I'm just going to roll it because I can. So this is a good opportunity. Whenever you're making a check against something, or if someone's making a check against you, if they beat you by twice or more, or by 2 times or better, they crit.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, you crit the undead, and
Nice.
in most cases that'd be really nice. Crits in combat attacks reduce armor to 0 for that attack.
Oh, okay.
But they don't have any armor, so. But still, good job.
It looked really sexy.
His head explode or
8
something.
for effort, yeah.
It looked really sexy.
So
just
go
like
ahead
me.
and roll the damage.
Which that's my gun, right?
Yep, I think it's a
Tri-gun.
D6 plus.
Oh, 2d6 plus perception.
Yep. So whatever your rank in perception is.
That's kind of cool. 2d6 and then.
And the perception's just a static bonus, so whatever your perception is, that's added to it.
Gotcha. Perception's under intel.
Perception's is its own
gotcha,
set.
2. Gotcha. Okay, so 2d6 plus 2. 6 total.
All right. What's up?
I want to just go in.
Just rush in.
Yeah,
do it.
I got my claws bared, and I'm just going in.
Go for it.
Hand to hand. And I want to make. Just want to take
push
2
me out of
out.
the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Little enemy run.
Yes. I feel like I stepped forward and shot both my things, and
Right.
and she like pushed me out of the way.
Just double claw, just taking out 2 of the heads as best as I can.
Yep. So for the purposes of this, just to benefit you, I would just say roll. We'll make the checks, but use the damage for your kukri because it's a light weapon. You can use it with martial arts. So
Okay.
you roll your hand to hand and then just use that damage instead. So it'll
Okay.
work out better for you for now.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be my hand to hand, so it would be,
6.
yep.
So
So the
D10
D10
plus
and D6.
D6. Yep.
6, 9.
Yep. Good job. Go ahead and roll damage.
Which is...
I think
the
it's a
kukri-
D6 plus 2 plus strength.
Plus 1 plus strength.
D6 plus 1 plus
Oh,
strength.
plus 1 plus strength.
Which is a 3d8.
So d6 plus 4. Do a d6 plus 4.
D6 plus 4.
Yeah. It's your
Or
stat.
not a D4, it's a static bonus.
Right, plus
So,
4.
Yep.
Yeah. No, 6 plus 4.
Oh, 6 plus...
You rolled max damage, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice job.
Thanks.
Because you get plus 1 plus your strength rank.
Oh.
So a plus
Gotcha.
4 to your d6.
Gotcha.
If we ever get to a second edition, we're going to do away with that and just say
Oh, yeah.
bonuses, just add dice. We're not going to do static
That's fine.
damage
That's
because
fine.
Cool. All right.
it's just easier that
Yeah, I
way.
was looking to streamline, dude. I get it.
Yep.
Man. It's still fun to add things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
The more power you can do, the better.
It's because he described it really nice. That's
yeah.
why he rolled max damage.
It
That's
is.
how I do.
So one thing my last group actually found useful, and I will mention it to you guys, is we have some wonderful things in there called power attacks. And you
Saw that.
can sacrifice action points to add extra d6 to your damage.
Okay.
So you can be like, 2 actions, use the rest to add 3d6.
So essentially, if I did a multi-attack, I'd be able to do that and then a power attack 2, because I have 5 action points. Is that right?
Well, the power attack would just modify the multi-attack.
Okay.
Yep. modify the damage.
Yep.
And then you just be like, okay, I'm out of actions now, but
Yep.
I did all this damage.
Yep.
I lay waste to all these things.
That's right. But is there a possibility? I mean, after my attack, is there a possibility of being able to pull back in terms of like a hit and run?
Oh yeah, sure. If you have actions left, you can use an action to move back if you want. You can swing again. In certain instances, I think. So
I did a multi attack, which is 3.
Yep.
And so I basically have one more 2 that I could do.
Yeah. I think Rashe has a talent that lets her move backward like a yard after shooting.
Yes, I saw that.
Yep.
Don't I have something about
Which
if
is
something
silly
dies?
and makes no sense, but you ride the guns.
Just keep
Can't
stepping
think of the
back.
word, but yeah.
Did I kill any of them?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
Close, but
Yeah. I'm just going to do another attack then.
okay.
I'm just
Go
gonna
for
do
it.
So, same deal. No, it can't be a multi-attack, so it's just basic attack.
Yep.
So just a hand-to-hand, so 3-6.
I have
So a
rules.
D10, D6.
Could I somehow
Actually,
hate
for the
it?
multi-attack, I forgot to have you do this. Roll your damage again, because you essentially swung twice. So,
Oh, yeah.
Max damage, max.
So just this guy.
yep.
+4. Oh,
So,
Minden.
yeah.
How much?
1.
Okay, well, good job. You on the rebound, you just lopped off one's head.
Just an ear.
Yeah.
That's it. So I guess being
So-
that was more of a miss, wanting to be able to come back.
Oh,
Third
I
strike.
mean you killed him.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the
Fantastic.
multi-attack, sorry.
Wait, both of them?
Without using your remaining actions, you
Yeah.
killed him with the multi-attack by itself.
Fantastic. So that also adds me a +1 to
Yep.
melee for both
Damage,
of them.
yep.
So I get a +2.
Yep, you get a +2 on your next.
Awesome.
So I'm just gonna find the next one, and
And swing again. Swing away, Meryl.
hands are just gonna be. That's right. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna close my hands in, so it's just one giant dagger, and I'm just gonna go straight up the chin.
All right.
I'm just gonna hold it there for all to see. Beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Okay. So 6. So a D10, D6. Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
I mean, I'm rolling a d4 against to dodge that. So I'm just
doing it 'cause you're
most
alive still.
most of the time. Sometimes I can avoid a crit. Not
Well,
that
if it's a
matters, but
+2, isn't that a?
That's on the
Oh, the
damage.
damage. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, gotcha.
Yep. So I mean, you're good. Go ahead and
Yeah.
go ahead and roll damage. I like to roll dice just to make players wonder what I'm doing. So,
Right.
you know.
Yes.
throw 'em off balance.
6 with the +2.
All right. Moving right along.
Indeed. Now I'm just in the middle.
You know, you're gonna
Okay.
like be Lord of the Rings, like keeping count. Like,
That's it.
Back and forth. Like,
11.
So it's probably my turn.
yep. Yeah. Everyone else has used up everything.
I want to get within 3 yards of the closest zombie and
You're
try
there.
to whip around his neck, maybe yank it.
Okay.
So I roll just a basic. Is that just a basic
it's
attack?
a melee attack. Yep.
Okay. So strength plus melee.
So it'd be your melee rating on the character sheet.
5. Ooh, 1d10 plus a d4.
Yeah, because both of you guys are ranged, correct? I have the ability to
Yeah.
be ranged because you have the whip, so you can.
He's
do
got
both.
reach, so yeah, you can get a little bit
You're
further with it.
definitely more of a
Yep.
range character.
9.
Yeah, go.
All right. So then wait. So damage is
Damage is going to be d6 plus.
strength. 1d6 plus strength.
Yep.
Okay. What are these? Oh, okay. I see. Never mind. I was looking at these numbers here.
Oh, some of
next to
those
it.
numbers aren't really relevant for you guys until like if you started crafting stuff, then it becomes important.
Got it.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
I just didn't want to leave them blank, so I put the stuff in there.
Very nice.
1 plus 3, which is 4.
Okay. Respectable.
Which one did you hit?
Yeah, did you want to go for a damaged one or one that's already hurt?
This dude's already up here.
Not that one. The closest one
I was
to
picturing
either of them.
like you lifting him up and then the whip grabbing his neck and then that's
That
teamwork.
one was mine.
Yeah. Or you go for a full health one.
Yeah, I was
That's
going
fine.
for the closest one to either of them.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Yep. You have another attack if you want to make it.
Oh,
because you
absolutely.
got more actions. So.
All right, I want to do another whip
Yeah.
on his neck.
Another one.
Another one. So that was D4. Come on.
It's nice.
9 again. 4.
Okay.
And then I don't want that one. I want this one. Come on. 5.
Okay. Better.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there any reason to save a point, or does it make just sense to spend all 5? every round?
I mean, sometimes you find yourself where you've made the attacks and you have 1 point left over. If you want to move somewhere,
Yeah.
you can do that.
That's what I was
otherwise. I mean,
almost gonna say.
it really kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Using
pretty
that.
much that one is there for the move. Because
Okay.
most people
Yeah.
always use 2 attacks or some combination thereof.
Yeah.
So
All right.
there's a couple. There's like 1 or 2 other things that can use 1 AP. So
Stand your ground.
yep,
Stand your ground.
Right.
yep. Or the power attack, which uses that odd
All of it.
die.
So everybody has 5 actions.
Yep.
And I probably moved forward, which is 1.
Yep. And then
And
you
then
did
2
two
attack. So now I have
attacks.
2
so you
left.
used. Well, you did 2 attacks. Each one is 2 actions apiece. So you've used
okay.
all 5.
Got it.
The numbers in where the action points and combat actions, those on the side of it, that will tell you how many action points each one is.
Got
in the
it.
book.
I see now the 2. That's
Yep.
what the 2's the numbers are.
Awesome. I might as well
Got
stand my
it.
ground. That feels from my last point.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm still like recovering.
We'll blow the gun.
I hit them first.
I hit them all.
Yeah, he's up here, showing off over there, and
I got this thing right here. It's going.
yeah.
No.
So for the purposes of benefiting your description of that attack, I'm going to say that guy can't do anything
Okay.
because
That's
it was
really
cool
neat.
and it wasn't just like, oh, I stab at him. It
Yep.
is actually something interesting. So
I love that imagery too.
yeah,
Dragging down the
Get
blade.
this little kid version, like you just have like in the collar trying to kick me. It's like what the.
Yep. Okay. So
Cool.
there go. I'm gonna have one swing at you though, just so you know.
Bring it.
He may have taken some aggro.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Now, when does like dodge come into play?
That'll come up to play shortly.
Okay. Very
You
good.
just wait.
I mean, this is nothing. These guys are cannon fodder, so
Sure,
it
sure.
should not be challenging to deal with these guys
It's
whatsoever.
great to learn the
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
That's really what it's for.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
And the imagery is just. There's nothing like zombie undead climbing over each other to get to you.
I really wish we were able to get art for some of these guys, because
Ooh, the undead.
or all of them. I think we only managed 10 art pieces. Just
Okay.
we ran out of budget.
The creatures and stuff.
Yeah. So
all about the
I'm happy with the
money.
ones we did get, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
all right. So let's see. One's incapacitated, so the other one's going to come swinging at you first. I'm just going to go down the line for simplicity.
Sounds good.
All right. Go ahead and roll a dodge if you want. Or you can take it. That's fine too.
Take it. Take it like a man.
So if I do the dodge,
Yep.
does that mean it uses action points for my next turn?
Nope. Dodge is free. You can dodge as much as you want to.
Fantastic. Then yes.
And same with block. And there are a couple things that say as a reaction, and those are always free whenever you need to use them.
7.
7. Okay. He hits you. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you're slightly distracted.
I want to put the other guy in the way.
All right. Take 9 damage minus your. Oh, yeah, he rolled high.
Holy cow.
Minus your armor, though. So I think you have 2 or 3, so
Yeah,
6.
6.
Yep.
All right.
I probably don't have much. Oh, okay, I got 3 too. All right.
Okay. Sun Jams like to give them the full 5 AP. Depending on the situation, I usually just roll 1 attack and move on to the next guy. So keeps it flowing.
Yeah. It's intense.
All right, swinging at you.
And so I'm just rolling. I have a 5 in dodge. That's what I'm
Yep.
rolling. Okay. So 1d10 plus 1.
You could try to block too. I mean, I'm more than happy for you to do that, but that's not going to work out well for you.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, not that this is gonna go well. Well, it's not that bad. 9.
Okay, nice. You actually tied.
It's okay for him. Did I get a 10?
Do I look like a man to you?
Don't make me
So
answer that question.
I'm hitting all the cool things to explain right now. This is great. So
Awesome.
I rolled a tie, and ties always go to defender.
Okay.
So you dodge just barely. Just barely. It's like
I was
one of those
busy
things where
arguing with-
you get out of the way and you feel the breeze of the attack in your hair. Like
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You touched my hair.
Now you will die again.
Again, yeah.
She's very pretty.
He's all about confidence and making sure everyone feels good about themselves.
Feels loved.
We're like hating on
Some
each
point
other.
later, you fall in like a sewer or something. You're still pretty.
You're beautiful.
I got 8 of these things on me. You're still gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Goddess.
You can do it. All right, and then last one's going for you. All
right.
Just to keep all things fair.
Just 'cause I have it.
So all attacks have a dodge reaction for any character, NPC, player.
Yep. There's always a dodge or a block.
Okay.
Unless, depending, like if you get caught on fire, for example, you can't dodge that. You can't block that. There are rules on how to address that, but it's, it's different.
And stealth attacks, is that like a...
Stealth, depending on how you're doing stealth attacks, if it's ranged or if it's up close, both versions have different rules for how they work.
Okay.
But usually if you're successful, there is no dodge. It just happens. You do the damage.
Okay. So it's less, in this system, it's less like, oh, I have this skill number that you have to beat. It's just every attack, you attack, okay, roll your dodge.
Yeah, it's
Or
basically,
block or
we call these opposed checks because there's actually a die being rolled. And so, if you beat the number that I roll, it works out the same way. But,
They have a defend action in Open Legend, so it's almost like you're always rolling your defend action.
Except without using your next turn.
Right,
So
without
it's,
losing anything.
That's really
but it's not like in Open Legend, there's like a guard that's a static number that you have to beat and then take the the difference is the damage, whereas it's variable every single time.
Yeah, well, and because combat is so chaotic and realistically, like we don't assign a time frame for how long this takes. This could be all be going down in like seconds.
Right.
So with that kind of chaos involved, like a slight twist could mean getting hit versus not getting hit. And so because dodge is based on agility and how quick you are to move your own body, it's just kind of how that plays out.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then block is a little bit of the opposite. You block, but you don't necessarily negate damage. So you get to, if you successfully block, you get to apply the damage reduction of your shield to your existing armor. So if that happens to soak all the damage, then you don't take any damage. But if it's more than that, you just reduce what you would have taken if you'd gotten hit.
Okay, yeah.
But it gets really, if you build a shield tank, you can do all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So we had, we've got a new group that's playing on our Discord right now. Guy was asking me, so if I added 3 extra arms to my character and put shields on every one, how does that work? And I was like, oh crap, no one's ever thought to ask me that before.
Corner cases.
Oh no, I did that.
So,
You're rolling
So
dodge?
I'm rolling,
roll dodge, yep.
which is I believe is just a D10 for me because I'm a 4.
Yeah, the 4, yep.
So 4.
Okay. Five damage.
Okay.
I hope you both don't die on me before we're done here.
Why, are you starting to like them?
They're useful. That is all there is.
Okay.
All right, and your guys' turn.
So you got the highest, right?
No, he got the
Oh, he did?
highest.
Okay.
Even
But-
if he did, you guys can
We
go
just
in
go
whatever
together.
order you want.
Oh, okay.
And you can split up the actions, like I was saying before. You can attack, and then he can attack, and then I can come back to you. And because that's another thing too. You have, if you corner an opponent, and all three of you attack once, now he's overwhelmed by attacks, and now you get bonuses because he can't keep up with all of you.
Each successor,
Yeah,
successor attack
adds
is
a
plus
new
1.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
I think I know what I'm doing with. You guys got something?
No, go for it.
Okay. I was going to first do what I did last time, a spell and a shot.
Yep.
And then I was wondering about using my last point to aid another. Can I aid to a combat roll?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
I was thinking about I'm going to attack the one that tried to get me and then do something to assist
Yeah.
him with the guy up in the air.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah.
Because I kind of want
I like
to
that.
steal it, but I need to deal with what's in front of me first.
That's awesome.
Kill Stealer.
yeah, totally.
I dodge.
Okay, so I'm going to do my spell first, and I'm attacking the dude.
And yeah, obviously they're all right up in your face, so no need to move unless you're going to run. And why would you run?
Yeah.
At this point, there's only a couple.
Yeah.
Arcana is 5, so 1d10 plus 4.
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
what's the option in terms of me, because that one's right next to me, to grapple?
The one that's attacking or the one you're holding up?
The one that's attacking. But technically, I mean...
I'm going to say if you want to go for the one that's attacking and in a grapple, you got to put the other one down.
down, because I have to have one hand free.
have to put it down.
I'm not going to charge you any actions for that. You just got to state that you let the other guy go to go for this guy.
Understood.
Like
And then, yeah, you can... Away with you. Okay.
Okay. Nope,
I
that's good
rolled
to
a
know.
5 for the spell.
Okay. So you definitely pass that if that's all you're adding
Okay,
to it. So
I'll roll the gun attack.
you basically have to beat a 2.
Okay,
So
and that's a 7. And then, so I'm doing that d6 of damage on top of the spell. 6.
Wow.
And then my gun is 2d6 plus persuasion. And actually, no, I've taken 3 shots technically because of that.
I'm not going to charge you for that one.
Okay, because I was thinking I do have that.
all in the essence of role play. I'm not going to charge you
Okay,
for that.
fair.
Yep.
So where's my total,
So you
ammo?
should have an ammo count there. It tells you how many you have. It should say ammo right above it or next to it or something.
Okay, damage, grade, UC, hour, clip.
Yeah, clip's the one.
Okay, and is that so? I have 3 shots.
Yep.
Okay, so I only have 1 shot left. So this is it. 5, 6 plus perception, so 8 total.
Yep. You just after you you blast them, you and then head.
I feel like I
pops
put my
and-
hand right on his head.
Yeah,
and
right
just-
on the forehead and knocks him back, and then head pops and he goes limp to the ground.
And then I do a little to the thing that's trying to bite him. So hopefully, that's my
like
aid
it for a
another-
for a second. It's like
So not
over
the
there.
one in the air or the one in the air?
The one in the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just I wink at it. It will be mine. And
All
that's
out.
me.
So, how many zombies are
You've
undead? I'm
got
sorry.
are
Plain
dead.
term.
You got 3 left,
Okay.
and that's counting the one on his
The two, where are
On
the
your
two
arm.
located?
So the one is directly attacking you, directly adjacent.
The one who I had been attacking?
Yep.
And
the one that swung at you,
and I have
and
the
then
other
you're
two.
holding one, and then the other one is swinging at you.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I know exactly
Yep.
what I'm doing.
Get it, boy. Girl.
Girl.
Can I do like a knockdown with the whip, like trip?
Yeah, you could trip.
What kind of attack is that?
It is a trip attack.
That makes sense.
Two actions.
There's trip right there.
It's
Yep.
it's in the book.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the book.
It's okay. It's a big book. It's a lot of words.
But it's always on the exact page that I'm I'm flipping pages, I swear.
No, it's great.
Okay, so
Thank you for being the brunt of our jokes.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'm here all night. So that's 2 action points. I'm not moving though, right?
Yep,
so
you're not moving.
So
if you want to power attack something, you can do that too. The trip isn't going to do any damage, so I wouldn't obviously waste it there. But
I want to trip the one that's not attacking me, and then attack
the one that is. Okay, yep, that's fine.
Whip back and forth. So to do that,
Get it,
you
Indiana
roll.
Jones.
Heck yeah. Except doesn't he just pull out a gun?
Well, no,
That time.
That one time.
I mean, that's basically what he did. So
Right.
we've got that part of it covered.
Yeah.
So it's just I just roll the attack?
Yeah, you just roll your attack like
just say
normal,
that
and you're
I'm-
basically just declaring that you're trying to trip instead of deal damage. Yep.
So then it's a 5, so it's another d10, d4. Okay. Got it.
Okay, gotcha.
5.
Oh, I can't even beat that. So
Okay. That's right. It's a d4.
yeah.
Okay. And it's no
You are a
damage. That's just
generous
success.
god.
Yeah. No damage. You just he's knocked prone, so it basically means he needs to expend an action to get back up on his turn, and he won't. And then when you're prone,
it's like +3 to range.
plus 3 to ballistics and stealth checks against them.
He disappeared. Where'd he
sorry,
go?
the character that's prone gets the +3.
+3, okay.
And then, but characters attacking them get +3 to melee or
Makes sense.
hand to hand.
Got it.
Yep.
Finish it.
All right. I'm going to leave that one
For you.
for y'all to fight over.
Please do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a, what was it, focus attack or
Power attack,
Power
yep.
attack on the one that
Okay. So
spanked me.
You just make your regular attack. You just add an extra d6 to the damage when you roll it.
Okay.
So.
That's right. That's such a good vampire name.
9.
9.
9. And then... Sorry, I'm
No, it's okay.
1d6 plus strength, so it's 2d6 plus strength.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you're doing the power attack?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's 2, and then... So
2.
that's 4, so 7.
7? All right. Okay, cool. It's our vampire's turn. He's ready.
Okay. With the other one impaled
Yep.
currently, there's about probably 3 inches of claw that's still
Okay. Yep.
outstretched. And I want to take the entire thing and jam it straight into the prone undead's face.
I love it. I love it.
So I'm killing
Double.
it with
It's
the
a kebab.
other with the other one.
Zombie kebab.
Zombie kebab. Hey.
So that's the multi attack is I want to do a multi attack, so that's going to be the first one. The second one is where I'm going to take both of their heads and I want to rip them off,
Yeah. Okay.
essentially, and then
Yep.
I'm going to throw them at you.
Yes.
Oops. Didn't mean to.
Sorry, did I get something on your clothes?
All right. 8.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
And then 4.
4. Uh-oh.
Apologies.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and roll damage for both, and
Get it.
3. Oh wait, damage. So that'd be +2, which is so
plus
5.
2 plus strength. So
Oh,
No, I think it's +4 total for you. +1 plus.
He's got the
'Cause
bonus for killing one.
For killing 2 of them, so I get a +1, so I get 2. So I get +2 per kill.
Nice. Okay. So +5 to that, so 8.
Okay.
Yep.
8. So 8 for both.
Nice. Yeah. Because you were attacking 2 at the same time with a multi-attack, if it's all right with you, I'm going to dock you your other 2 points, but go ahead and roll 2 extra damage die because you did 2 attacks against 2 things at once. So.
Nice.
3 and a 2. So wait, I'm doing what?
You did 8 and 8, and then...
Yep, so there's an 8 and 6. No, 8, 7. I'm sorry, 8 and 7.
Yeah, so you do it pretty much exactly as you described. You just, wow, and then drag it out, and the heads go flying and at you.
I just want to stare at the heads and like look back and
Yes. Yep.
just stand back your way.
Hot potato. Yeah.
Take you.
You get splattered with stuff, and it's black and gross, and it's not going to come out of your clothes for weeks.
I'll make you lick it off.
Try me.
So, nice job.
Can I do a trip on the... Wait, he has to attack first. The one that's left.
Yeah. And
I technically have 1 attack left, don't I?
Oh, I docked you for...
because of that
doing,
thing. Oh, no, for 2 people at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep, no, that's good.
All right, dodge of 4.
I have to dodge 4? So that is...
We're busy fighting with each other, and he's still got 1 guy trying to kill him.
He's just hanging
7.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
So I just want to trip him again. And I want to throw the whip
I don't want to hurt him.
Stay down.
to his right leg.
Okay.
And I want to yank him over towards these 2. No one in particular.
I guess we have to be.
8.
He's right in between us.
He's right between us.
Slides in.
Yes,
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm shooting a blast
Share.
at it.
Definitely.
That's canon. I said that.
What is it? Share?
Share.
Share.
I'm going to shoot a blast. 7. I assume I hit.
Yeah.
So that's 2 on top of my spell. I was doing a spell.
Okay. Okay.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew.
Cute.
Cute. I'm still like trying to clean off.
I need you to feel like you did something here. It's for your own good.
At least I can feel.
Oh, I felt everything.
That is beautiful. I love it.
Gross.
Perfect.
So they're all dead?
Yeah, we're just gonna say they're dead because there's no point in
He
dragging
walks
that out.
over and
anymore.
like crushes skull.
Yeah, someone wanders over. You know what? We'll say you pew the thing, and then you walk over and you're like, they're undead. You don't love them. There's no love felt here. So
magic bangy. Like
you curb stomp the thing. And,
I want to turn to you guys and say, battle should be tolerated, not loved.
I need to wash. Let us get this ship flying.
Okay, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stare at you and just like.
And we probably have to wrap it up at that point
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say.
about time to go.
Because flooding and rain and stuff.
Yep.
Adventure.
That's all right.
Adventure.
Good job.
Awesome.
You guys completed your first combat, which was definitely easy, but
Yeah.
hopefully you at least enjoyed learning some of how everything
Yes.
works.
Oh, it's great.
And thank you for the time. I look forward to doing this again.
Absolutely.
And like
Thanks
I
for
said,
coming.
anytime you need an extra player, let me know.
Yes, we are definitely going to have Josh on Bomb Squad.
Because this is great. I love this.
Awesome.
I don't have like a face-to-face group anymore, so
I saw
it's
that.
all over the internet now, and it's complete. I was just telling a friend last night that it's different when
It
you're
is.
dealing with people.
It's
at
an
the
ancient
table.
art.
Yeah.
It's
Forgotten
and you're like
ways.
dealing with two, like a prima donna and I don't know, goth.
A goth Madonna.
Goth Madonna.
Yep.
So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the madness that is Bomb Squad. Once again, thank you, Josh, so much, and it's never dark enough. Check out the links in descriptions.
I'll kill them next time.
Yay!
You can try.
Yes. Oh, I will.
I'm sure
In
you
this,
will.
at least, we agree. So,
There's still 200 pages that I have to go through. So.
check out itsneverdarkenough.com.
Yep. It's neverdarkenough.com. We're at Shattered RPG on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Perfect.
And hit us up and drop us a like.
Links in the description below, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Big bag.
Hi, Torin.